Hello, my beautiful, radiant souls, and a very special welcome to all the magnificent Leos tuning in today. Welcome back to Cosmic Wisdom, your sacred space for exploring the grand celestial mysteries that shape our lives. I am your guide, and I have a feeling that if you found your way here, it's because you too have felt it, that undeniable, breathtaking presence. Have you ever been in a room and suddenly everything just shifts? The energy brightens, the air crackles with a new potential, and it's as if the sun itself has decided to walk through the door. You look up and see her. A woman who doesn't just enter a space, she illuminates it. She doesn't need to utter a single word or make a grand gesture. Her very essence is a declaration of power, of warmth, of a kind of regal grace that both captivates and inspires. That, my friends, is the unmistakable aura of a Leo woman. She is not a gentle mist or a quiet echo. She is a supernova, a force of creative fire that leaves a permanent, golden imprint on the very fabric of your soul. But what is it? What is the secret behind this cosmic magnetism? Why do these lion-hearted women possess an energy that can restart a faltering heart and reignite a forgotten dream? This isn't just about charisma or confidence. Oh no, it is so much deeper, so much more divine than that. Today, we are embarking on a journey into the heart of the sun itself. We will explore the 5 profound, soul-stirring reasons why a Leo woman is a truly irreplaceable force of nature. From the royal decree hidden within her gaze to the unwavering fire of faith she carries for the world, we are about to uncover the sacred architecture of her soul. So, if you have ever been loved by a Leo, ever been inspired by one, or if you are a glorious Leo woman seeking to understand the magnificent power you wield, then this journey is for you. And before we dive into this river of golden light, if you are ready to claim your own inner royalty and step into your power, do me a favor right now. I want you to connect with the incredible energy we are building here together. Go down to the comments and let me know you're with me by typing, "I am ready to embrace my inner light." And if you haven't already become a part of our Cosmic Wisdom family, please press that subscribe button right now. I want to make sure you never, ever miss these cosmic updates that are designed to awaken the giant within you. We are on this beautiful journey together. Are you ready? Let's begin. There are looks that capture your attention, and then there are gazes that change your very being. A Leo woman possesses the latter. Her gaze is not a passive act of seeing. It is an active transmission of energy, a powerful, celestial event. When a true Leo woman looks at you, I mean really looks at you, it's not a glance that skims the surface. It is a coronation. This isn't some fleeting attraction or a moment of intimidation. It's a feeling of being profoundly seen, not for the person you pretend to be, but for the magnificent, royal soul you were always meant to be. This incredible power is no accident. Leo is ruled by the sun, the very center of our solar system, the celestial body that gives life, light, and warmth to everything it touches. The sun doesn't ask for permission to shine, my friends. It simply is the source. And so it is with the Leo woman's gaze. It is a direct beam of that solar energy, a spotlight that she shines upon the world, and most importantly, upon you. She doesn't see the cracks you try to hide. She sees the golden light pouring through them. She doesn't register your self-doubts. She sees the sleeping giant of your potential. Where you see flaws, she sees the unique facets of a priceless diamond. Her gaze cuts through the noise of insecurity and delivers a silent, royal decree. I see you. You are worthy. You are magnificent. Now, act like it. I once witnessed a Leo woman in a room full of anxious artists, each one terrified to share their work. She didn't give a grand speech or offer empty platitudes. She simply moved through the room, making eye contact with each person, holding their gaze for just a moment longer than was comfortable. And in that silence, you could feel the atmosphere change. Fear was being transmuted into courage. Hesitation was transforming into resolve. She didn't heal their wounds in that moment. She reminded them that their wounds were the very source of their power. She didn't tell them they were great. Her gaze made them feel it in their bones. That is the miracle of the Leo woman. She carries a mirror, not to reflect her own image, but to show you the king or queen you forgot you were. Her gaze doesn't ask, it declares. It doesn't judge, it anoints. It is a sacred act of empowerment, a silent yet earth-shattering reminder that you are here to shine. So, if you have ever felt the warmth of a Leo's gaze upon you and felt a sudden urge to stand taller, to speak louder, to dare greatly, that wasn't just a look. It was an awakening. It was a cosmic permission slip to be everything you were born to be. And if you are a Leo listening to this right now, please understand the divine gift you carry in your eyes. The world is so often lost in shadows of doubt and fear. It desperately needs your light. It needs your gaze to remind us of our own forgotten sons. But this powerful gaze is just the doorway, the grand entrance to her kingdom. Are you ready to step inside? Because in her inner world, she isn't just a queen. She is the architect of entire universes. Now, are you prepared to journey deeper, beyond that initial powerful gaze? Because what lies behind it is a world so vibrant, so full of passion and creation, that it redefines reality itself. A Leo woman doesn't just live in the world, she lives at the very center of a universe she is actively, constantly, and magnificently creating. You may have noticed it. You're in a conversation with her about something mundane, paying bills, grocery lists, and suddenly you see a flicker in her eyes, a far-off look, a subtle smile playing on her lips. She hasn't drifted away into a misty, undefined dreamland. Oh no. She has momentarily stepped onto the grand stage of her inner world, a place where she is the writer, the director, and the star of a breathtaking masterpiece. She is living between two realms, the ordinary physical world we all share and the extraordinary universe of her own making, a place built of courage, creativity, and unshakable belief. This isn't escapism, it is creation. As the ruler of the fifth house in astrology, the house of creativity, romance, play, and self-expression, a Leo woman's soul requires this inner stage. It is her sacred laboratory, her rehearsal space, her throne room. It is where she takes the raw, often chaotic material of everyday life and weaves it into a story that has meaning, purpose, and a whole lot of glamour. She doesn't see a setback. She sees a dramatic plot twist. She doesn't experience a failure. She has just completed a powerful character arc. I used to think it was a sign of distraction, this tendency of the Leo woman to romanticize and dramatize life. But then I realized the profound wisdom in it. Her inner world is not an illusion. It is the blueprint for the reality she intends to manifest. It is the safe harbor where she recharges her solar batteries, away from the cynicism and doubt of the outside world. It is precisely because she can envision a triumphant ending in her mind that she has the strength to fight for it on the ground. While others see a dead end, she is already choreographing the victory parade. If you are ever granted a visa into this inner kingdom, you will not find vague fantasies. You will find a world rich with detail, color, and heart. You will see how she scripts conversations, imagines future triumphs, and directs the energy of every situation toward a more beautiful outcome. To be with a Leo woman is to be offered a leading role in the greatest story ever told. She sees the hero in you and will write you a part worthy of your greatness. So, if you have a Leo woman in your life, do not try to tether her to a bland reality. Her ability to build worlds in her mind is not a flaw. It is her superpower. It is the engine of her resilience and the source of her boundless optimism. It is her way of keeping the flame of hope alive, not just for herself, but for everyone in her orbit. Have you ever been swept up in a Leo's vision, where suddenly the impossible felt not only possible, but inevitable? Share that experience, because in her world, every story of triumph adds another star to her sky. But this grand universe is not open to just anyone. It is protected by a fierce and sacred code, a law of the heart that she never, ever breaks. To truly understand the heart of a Leo woman, you must understand this. Her love is not a casual affair. It is a kingdom. And within that kingdom, loyalty is the highest law of the land. This isn't just a preference. It is a core, non-negotiable pillar of her entire existence. While some remember facts and figures, a Leo woman remembers allegiances. She keeps a sacred, silent ledger within her heart, not of debts, but of devotion. The moment you enter her inner circle, as a friend, a partner, a family member, you are no longer just a person to her. You become one of her pride. You are under her royal protection, bathed in the unwavering warmth of her sun. She will defend you with the ferocity of a lioness, celebrate your victories as if they were her own, and believe in you with a conviction that can move mountains. Her loyalty is not a passive feeling. It is an active, roaring, and visible force. It's the late-night phone call when you're breaking down, the fierce defense of your name in a room full of critics, the unwavering presence that says, "I am with you," until the very end. She remembers every act of kindness, every gesture of support, every moment you stood by her side. These are not just memories. They are jewels stored in the vault of her heart, cherished and valued above all material wealth. She will repay that loyalty 1,000 times over, with a generosity of spirit that can take your breath away. To be loved by a Leo is to know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you have a champion for life. However, the gates to this kingdom are fiercely guarded. Just as her heart records every act of loyalty, it records every act of betrayal with indelible ink. And this, my friends, is something you must understand. Betraying a Leo woman is not like breaking a promise to someone else. It is an act of treason against the crown. It is an attempt to dim her sun, and that is an offense her soul cannot easily forgive. The pain of betrayal for a Leo is profound because her loyalty is so pure, so absolute. When that trust is broken, the warmth of her sun can turn into a chilling eclipse. She won't necessarily seek revenge in a petty way that is often beneath her, but a door in her heart will close, a drawbridge will be pulled up, and the light she once shone so freely upon you will be redirected. It is a deep, instinctual act of self-preservation, the lioness protecting her heart from further harm. Regaining that trust is a Herculean task, for you have not just hurt her feelings, you have violated a sacred code. So, if you are blessed enough to be in a Leo woman's pride, cherish that position. Understand that her fierce love demands an equally fierce allegiance. Her heart's ledger is not about keeping score. It's about honoring the sacred bonds that give life its meaning. It's a testament to a soul that loves with its entire, magnificent being. But this incredible capacity for love also comes with an immense responsibility, a cosmic role she often plays in silence, the sacred duty of transforming the world's pain. Now, we arrive at one of the most misunderstood and awe-inspiring aspects of the Leo woman's soul. Many believe that empaths are only found in the gentle water signs, those who silently absorb the pain of the world like a sponge. But this reveals a limited understanding of how energy works. The Leo woman is one of the most powerful empaths in the zodiac, but she operates in a completely different way. She is not a passive sponge. She is an active cosmic furnace. She is an alchemist. A Leo woman doesn't absorb your pain. She draws it into her fire and transmutes it. Think of the sun. It doesn't become burdened by the coldness of space. Instead, it radiates a heat so powerful that it transforms the darkness into light and the cold into life-giving warmth. This is the Leo woman's sacred gift. She walks into a room, heavy with sadness, and instead of sinking into it, her heart begins to radiate. She takes in the collective energy of fear, of anxiety, of despair, not to carry it as her own, but to use it as fuel for her inner flame. She listens to your story of heartbreak, and she doesn't just feel sad with you. She feels a fierce, burning desire to remind you of your own strength. She metabolizes your pain and radiates back courage. She witnesses injustice, and her spirit doesn't just absorb the sorrow. It alchemizes it into a righteous, passionate call for action. She is an emotional transformer, a spiritual dynamo, turning the lead of human suffering into the gold of hope and resilience. I once saw a Leo woman comfort a friend who had lost everything. The room was thick with a grief that felt suffocating. The Leo didn't cry or offer platitudes. She sat with her friend, took her hand, and began to tell a story. Not of what was lost, but of the strength that remained. She spoke of resilience, of legacy, of the unquenchable fire of the human spirit. She wasn't ignoring the pain. She was honoring it by refusing to let it be the end of the story. Slowly, miraculously, the energy in the room began to shift. The crushing weight of grief didn't disappear, but it was joined by a flicker of light, a spark of courage. She had not absorbed the darkness. She had introduced the sun. But my friends, this sacred alchemy comes at a tremendous cost. Transmuting the world's emotional energy is an exhausting task. This is why a Leo woman so often needs her moments of retreat. When she goes quiet, when she pulls away to be alone, she is not being selfish or aloof. She is recharging her sun. She has given so much of her light, so much of her fire, that she must return to her own inner throne room to replenish her spirit. She has carried the emotional weight of her pride, not by absorbing it, but by actively transforming it, and that divine labor requires rest. So, if you love a Leo, please be her sanctuary. Be the place where she doesn't have to shine for anyone. Offer her your warmth without asking for anything in return. Understand that the most powerful star in your sky also needs moments of quiet, restorative darkness. Honor her need for rest, for it is in that stillness that she gathers the strength to keep burning for everyone else. And what fuels that eternal flame? It is the final, most noble reason for her uniqueness, an unwavering faith, not just in the world, but in the divine spark within. And so we arrive at the very core of the Leo woman's soul, the eternal power source from which all her other gifts flow. It is a flame that never flickers, a belief so profound it can reshape reality itself. It is her unwavering, sacred, and divine faith. But this is not the gentle, surrendering faith of a soul hoping for the best. Oh no. A Leo's faith is a roaring, magnificent fire of knowing. It is, first and foremost, a faith in her own divine spark. A Leo woman is born with a deep, cellular memory that she is a child of the cosmos, a direct extension of the creative force of the universe. This isn't arrogance or ego in the way people so often misunderstand it. It is a profound spiritual conviction. Just as the sun does not doubt that it will rise each morning, a Leo woman does not, in her deepest core, doubt her own light. She knows she is here for a reason. She knows she has a purpose. And this inner knowing is the bedrock upon which she builds her entire life. This unshakable self-belief is perhaps her greatest gift to the world because it is incredibly contagious. She doesn't just believe in herself, she believes in the divine spark within you. When she encourages you, it isn't empty flattery. She genuinely sees the magnificent potential residing within you and cannot comprehend why you would let it lie dormant. Her faith in you is so powerful that it can become a bridge over your own sea of doubt. She will believe for you, holding the vision of your highest self with such clarity and conviction that eventually you have no choice but to start believing it too. I have seen a Leo woman inspire a friend to leave a soul-crushing job and start their dream business, not with a business plan, but with a simple, powerful declaration. Of course you can do it. You were born for this. Her faith was so absolute, so pure, that it silenced the voice of fear in her friend's heart. She doesn't just offer you a candle in the darkness, she convinces you that you are the lighthouse. This is the faith that has been tested by pain, by loss, by betrayal, and has only burned brighter in response. When the world tells her no, her spirit roars back, "Watch me." She understands that she is the co-creator of her destiny, a partner with the universe in a grand creative dance. Her faith isn't in a distant separate God. It's in the God force that flows through her very veins. So, if you are a Leo woman listening to these words, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your faith is not arrogance. Your self-belief is not ego. It is your sacred duty. It is the light that the world so desperately needs. Do not ever let anyone or any circumstance convince you to dim that flame. Because as long as you keep it burning, you are a living testament to the power of the human spirit. You are proof that we are not victims of circumstance, but creators of our reality. You see, a Leo woman doesn't need to make a grand entrance to change the world. She doesn't need a spotlight to shine, for she is the light. Her very existence is a performance, a masterpiece of courage, creativity, and love. From the royal gaze that anoints you with a new sense of worth, to the magnificent inner universe she architects with her dreams, from the unbreakable code of loyalty she lives by, to her sacred ability to transmute pain into power, and finally, to that roaring, unquenchable fire of faith she holds for all humanity. A Leo woman is not just a zodiac sign. She is a cosmic event. She is a reminder of the sun that resides within each and every one of us, waiting to be unleashed. If you are blessed to have a Leo woman in your life, love her with the same ferocious loyalty she gives to you. Protect her, honor her, and be the safe harbor where she can rest her fiery heart. And if you are that magnificent Leo woman, please stand tall and lift your head. You are not too much. You are not too loud or too bright. You are exactly as brilliant as the cosmos intended you to be. You are a gift. Thank you, my beautiful friends, for staying with me until the very end of this journey. I know that if you've made it this far, it's because you are on a path of awakening, a journey to understand yourself and the powerful souls you share this life with. Perhaps what you heard today was the very validation your own lion heart needed to hear. If this message touched your soul, please do me one last favor. Go to the comments and tell me what resonated with you most deeply. Share your experience with a magnificent Leo woman in your life. Your stories create a tapestry of wisdom that helps us all grow. And if you believe this message needs to be heard, please share it with someone who needs to be reminded of their own inner sun. Sometimes, knowing that our light is seen is all the fuel we need to keep shining. I will see you again in our next Cosmic Wisdom video, where we will continue to explore the beautiful, divine souls that illuminate our universe. And never, ever forget, you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be celebrated, and you deserve to be loved for the brilliant star that you are.